Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of today, a Friday. And I have the new chapter tarot on the tarot table for you today. There is an interesting tidbit, a sort of celeb gossipy tidbit that I want to look at, because I'm sure that you, like me, are fascinated by how all of the children, not just the Harcourt children, but all of the royal children are going to grow up, develop. What's going to become of them? I very much hope I'm around to see, but may not. But we can have a look with the tarot, because the tarot doesn't really know about time. The tarot knows about energy, and it can tap into the future, and it can look and see how young Lilibet will be at 21. And this all comes from some Hollywood star, sort of commentator, celeb gazing, watching kind of a person. And he said that Lilibet would be the star of the modern dynasty, meaning the modern royal family. She will be the most famous person in California, if not America. The only princess, and the reason for her great fame will be because she's the only princess ever born in California. And there was a part of me that wanted to laugh hysterically when I read those words, the only princess ever born in California. Well, Meghan Markle was born in California, and she was a princess from birth in her own mind. I'm being snarky. But there's another part of me that thinks, oh my word, poor Lilibet, as being set up as the golden child of the alleged narcissist parents. I won't say mother, parents. So Lilibet has been groomed to be the golden child, the star in that great firmament. No mention of poor Archie, left out in the cold. And so many questions to be answered with the new chapter tarot. And I can't remember if I showed, I did show it to you. So the questions, I think, can best be answered in a 12-card spread. One of those based on the houses of the zodiac spreads that I do. I normally do them at birthdays, New Year's, year ahead kind of things. A card for each house. And we get a good look. We're going to get a feel for how Lilibet is going to be doing age 21. And as I finish shuffling these cards, let's remind you, this is a tarot reading for entertainment purposes, or just my opinion or speculation. I read on the royals because they're archetypal. We can apply their lessons to our own lives. And there is, of course, a disclaimer in the box below. Please read it, as I knock the camera over, and form your own opinions about how Lilibet will be doing when she is 21. 19 years' time, she's turning 2 this year, only turning 2 this year. We've got a long way to go. Many things will be happening in that young girl's life, I'm sure. Very dramatic life, I imagine, she has signed up for. And always interesting for me trying to squish the cards in to the frame and count the cards. Counting not my strong point. I think we've got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've repurposed some of these cards just a little bit. That's the royal family card up there. If you're wondering what the 10th house is going to signify for Lilibet, its relationship with royal family, I've decided to just repurpose that one. And the underlying of this tarot deck coming out is Lilibet. There she is. That's a signifier for her. Very nice card. And I've done readings on her before, and how her life is going to be going. And I get good energy from her. So despite the peculiar circumstances that she's been born into, the very odd parents that she has decided to share a life with, we could say a lot about what kind of parents they are, but we won't in this reading, where exactly the parenting comes in. We won't go there today. We got the Strength card, and fantastic card. Very strong, very mature, very powerful energy. I think very creative. There's the Leo energy. It's very dramatic, very creative, very playful. It's interesting to me that there's a lion there, and I know that's the Strength card normally, but our California girl has got a lion in her signifier card. Could she be in Africa, our Lily? Interesting. So let's Let's see, first house, public profile. How famous is she going to be? Is she going to be the most famous person in America? No. No. 10 of Wands in reverse. A fame is a burden that she's put down. I'm feeling very sad when I see that card. Very sad. And the Africa quip may be more true than we know right now. This could be a girl that decides to take herself out of circulation and go and save the rhino or something like that. 10 of Wands in reverse, a very, very difficult card. It's somebody who's given up. Not worth it. Whatever she was struggling with, she's quit. She's not looking for fame. I could have got a star there. Something like that, or a 9 of Cups or something. No, 10 of Wands in reverse. Wands are very much celebrity. They're that seeking the limelight kind of energy. In the reverse, no, she's not interested. Does not want it. Puts it down, walks away from it. How's her financial situation? Is she going to be very wealthy, very materialistic? How's that going to go for her? First time I've done one of these readings, these future-oriented ones, by the way. So this is a bit of an adventure for me. But we got Death in reverse for her status, her self-worth, her money, her value. Something's going to be hanging on. It's also a Scorpio card. But it's needing to change, needing to let go of something, the Death card in reverse. That there could be someone in her circle that is hanging on for dear life to some idea of money and value and status. I don't think it's her. I think it could actually be Mother who hasn't let go of this idea that Lilibet is very valuable. But she's stuck with this narrative of her own value that she doesn't want. 2 cards telling me this. I mean, a Death card in reverse is literally stagnation, needing to change, needing to let go, needing to build yourself up again from the ground, basically, and not. There's something funny going on there with money, with value, with self, with her inherent value, her value perhaps to Mother. And of course, the Scorpio card is Charles. Inheritance. This is the inheritance house over here, but it's popped up over here. Maybe some expectation that wasn't met about money or about being funded, or if she's funded by the Death card, by the Scorpio, it's on the quiet. It's done very secretly. There's something going on there with Scorpio money and with inheritances and with stuckness that is pretty toxic. It's got like black goo around it, the energy. Siblings, poor old Archie, who we don't care about. Archie wasn't a prince born in California, so not going to be the most famous person in California, if not America. Her relationship with Archie, they've got something in common. They've got a shared childhood that was very unhappy. Very sad this reading is turning out to be. I'm glad to see our girl is a strong, strong, strong girl there with a lion. Because this is 6 of Cups in reverse is a very sad card. It's the past, but a painful past. Sad, sorrowful memories. Things you might want to forget instead of remember. I always say that with the 6 of Cups in reverse. And because it has that energy of things that you look back at and they're so painful that you think, I don't want to think about it. Or maybe I've got to be in intense therapy about it. But when they are together, they're going to reflect on what a hard time they had as children. Awful, awful, awful. I'm sorry to be picking this energy up in this reading. I really am. Sorry. Moved everything. In my distress. Relationship with... can we see this card? Maybe not. Relationship with parents now. With parents who are at the root of the unhappy childhood. Sliding the card away. So yeah, there's the unhappiness, the Princess of Cups. That's the unhappy child. Unhappy girl in reverse. A bit of an odd looking girl in this new chapter tarot, but never mind. Not good. It's not good. A lot of drama, a lot of upset, a lot of volatility, a lot of emotional manipulation. My opinion, I'm speculating here about all of this, of course, just to remind you. But it could be used. for emotional manipulation, and she could resent it as she grows up and she realizes, she gains insight into her life and what's going on. That's not a happy card. That's not a comfortable card. So we're going to move on. We're going to get to the 5th house, which is play and fun and creativity. Is she going to be involved in some way in Hollywood with all of those kinds of kids who ride on their parents' coattails? No. We've got the Chariot in reverse. Definitely not. It's not something she wants. It's not something she's interested in. If she was even interested in it, the road to that future for her is blocked for some reason. And that's a hard no. It's a William card as well, the Chariot, the Cancerian. We've got Scorpio and Cancerian have shown up in this reading. It might be no. If you want money from us, if you want whatever from us, support and all the rest of it, you don't go down that road. You stay well away from that. A member of the royal family is not going to be starring in, I don't know, cheap, B movies. You're not going to do that. But they're definitely roadblock to that. If she has those kinds of ambitions, or if mother has those kinds of ambitions, you're not going to get anywhere. So her daily life, what's she going to be involved in her daily life? 6th house. This is the health and work and pets and all that kind of stuff. 7 of discs in reverse. The 7 of discs is about your not your inheritance. That's the word that's on my mind. It's blocking the normal interpretation of this card. Your inheritance. It's about your what you've accumulated, your pile, your loot, your bank balance. Is it enough? Have I gained enough? Have I stashed enough away? That's what the 7 of Pentacles is involved in. It's a money card, very much, and it's in reverse. Your investments, that's the word that I was thinking of and couldn't think of. In the reverse, it's no return on investment. Wasting her time. She could kick around and not do too much. And I would say that wasting mother's investment. She might have been to all the classes, the ballet classes, had tons of work done, and modelling classes and acting classes and all the rest of it. Voice classes. I don't know what classes these kids go to and need in Hollywood to turn them into starlets. But it wasted. All of that effort wasted on her. I've got a story in here. With this girl of an unhappy childhood, of being used as a pawn basically in some power plays. This is my interpretation, my speculation of how it's going to go. That her value doesn't somehow stack up the way it's desired, and that she's not interested. Whatever has been planned for her, the investments that have been made for her of time and money, wasted, not interested. She really isn't interested. How are her romantic relationships going to be going? She hopefully at 21 won't be married, but 7th house is your committed relationships. So those kinds of relationships, how will they be? Will they be tarnished by her weird childhood? And we've got another princess card. We've got a princess of discs here. That's the Page of Pentacles in normal tarot. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Nothing that's lasting at that stage, and that's not surprising. 21-year-old, but some lack of commitment, lack of staying power for her, or might attract gold diggers with that pentacle, with that Page of Pentacles. It's a young energy. It's saying she hasn't matured. She doesn't really know what she wants. She's not really invested in relationships. She's floating around. She's drifting around with that 7 of Pentacles in reverse. She hasn't found her way yet. She hasn't found her footing, her purpose, her path, her mission. Certainly not on the relationship front. And she might, as I say with that Page of Pentacles in reverse, she might be exposed to gold diggers. You might be hanging around her, hoping that some of that death money might come her way. So let's look at the house of death and taxes and transformation, the 8th house. What's going on there? I was going to signify it for transformation in the sense of looking at her life and processing her life. Has she got there yet? Is anything like that going on? But she could just have got a giant inheritance. Certainly with the 7 of Wands, she feels that she's vulnerable, but she also feels strong. It's similar to this, the 7th house. She's doing work. In this kicking around, our strength girl is doing work with that 7 of Wands. She's gaining the strength to take the high road, to defend herself, to look after herself. She might even be doing martial arts or something like that to find her center. But that's what she's doing with that 7 of Wands. We've got 2 sevens. She's kicking around here in her day-to-day life, and she's not desk bound. She's not busy with a career of any particular relevance at this point, but she's working on stuff. She's processing. She is processing. That's a useful and helpful card for her. Tell me about travel. I figured we'd just stick with travel. 9th house represents a whole host of things. But let's look at travel, because she could be going to England a lot. She could be going to Africa a lot. Is she traveling? Queen of Pentacles. Could be. Could be with that. That's quite an eccentric looking Queen of Pentacles. Earth sign, grounded, earth mothery. Has one of the earth sign royal ladies taken her under their wing? Sophie, Catherine, with that earth sign queen. I'm just speculating that there might be some traveling to an earth sign woman who is very grounded, very stable, very solid, very wise, very kind, very generous, very warm, all the things that are lacking at home. Allegedly, my speculation, my interpretation of the cards, traveling distances to find that person. I don't think it's Doria, who's a Virgo as far as I can recall. Yes, she is. This is going away. I'm talking travel. This is going away somewhere to the Queen of Pentacles, to an earth sign. Could even be an earth sign country. It could even be an earth sign kind of Africa kind of a vibe. But I'm getting more, it's a journey to someone who grounds her, someone she trusts, someone who's giving her good advice, a mentor of some description. How's her relationship with the royal family? This is the 10th house. Normally it would be your career, your high profile, your status, all of that stuff. Well, that's the royal family archetypally. What's her relationship like with the royal family? Wow, she's fixing it. Tower in reverse. It all blew up at some stage, and of course it's blowing up right now. There's the hostage. There's the negotiating package. The Princess of Cups in reverse. That's what that's about. My opinion. I'm speculating. Tarot reading. Entertainment purposes. Disclaimer in the box below. But the Tower in reverse tells me that she is at some level being welcomed back in. She's being back in the tower with them in the fancy buildings, the palaces and the castles, mending things. It tells me about the death card. I don't need to be explicit about what that death card means. Sitting down there, I would say we've moved on, and our Queen of Discs, I think, is going to be very, very, very important. I'm getting quite emotional as I say that, about the reason why the tower structure is being rebuilt, the relationship is being rebuilt. Interesting, very interesting, this reading. Must do more of them, I think. Her goals, her dreams, who she really is. 11th house. Now, friends, that kind of stuff. Messing it up, but never mind. Ace of Cups. Yeah, she's passionate about something, this girl. She is passionate about something with that Ace of Cups. I can't tell you what. It could even be the ocean or something like that with that Ace of Cups, but it's new, the Ace. It could even be children that she's passionate about. That energy is matching this energy, the blues, just by the way. That energy is matching that energy. And there as well. But yeah, she has dreams. She definitely has dreams and could be a bit of a dreamer as well, and this is why the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Don't want a desk job, don't want a career, don't want to study, don't want to do any of those things. I'll float around. Maybe wants to be an artist or a poet or something like that. There's something there that is, it's big for her. It's a big deal with that Ace of Cups. She might find something at some stage. It's a new start. So in her wandering, in her processing, she might find that passion, that gift even. You could call the Ace of Cups some kind of a gift. faint idea of an early pregnancy, but we don't really want to go there and impose that on her. So let's scratch that. Final card of this reading, the 12th house, the house of isolation, loneliness, secrets, hidden stuff, institutions, mental issues, shadow stuff. Is she going to be tormented? No, she's not. She's good. She's fine. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Again, I'm getting the idea that someone helps her. Someone helps her. I don't know who a Queen of Cups would be in her life, but I've kind of, maybe a therapist. There might be a very kindly, water signy therapist or an intuitive healer, which could be joined to that Ace of Cups, because we see the cup. The cup is showing up there and there. She might even go on some sort of shamanic journey or something like that, go into therapy, decide that that's her thing, that she could be a healer, a therapist of some sort. But that Ace of that Queen of Cups is a very nice card. Lotus blossomy vibe, a bit Eastern. I think she's going to explore things. She's going to explore philosophy, religion, spirituality, consciousness, all those things. Go on those kinds of journeys. Interesting journeys. I think she's going to be a very interesting girl. I've seen that in readings I've done on her, other readings I've done on her. You'll find those in the playlist, the Other Royals playlist. I started a new one at the beginning of this year. If you're new to this channel, I've put all the previous readings into a 2022, 2021, 22 playlist, so you can rummage around in there and find readings on Archie and Lilibet and the other royal kids. Don't only read on the Harkles. I've read on George and Charlotte and Louis as well, a few times. But yeah, she's going through some difficulty. She is going to go through some difficulty in her childhood, and I'm sad to see that. But I also see that there is help heading her way. I see that she's very strong. She will endure, she will survive, she will grow from it and master it, and she's going to emerge very interesting, and she's going to be welcomed back into the fold at some level. They're keeping their eye on her, I think. And, well, they would, of course. But more than just keeping an eye on her, I suspect, with this reading. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.